The world has changed significantly, but many of us have been slow to adapt. In the past, the idea of a stable, long-term job leading to retirement seemed clear and achievable. People worked for the same company for years, and retirement at 65 was the norm. However, this dream now feels increasingly distant. Today, retirement is often pushed further away, with the age rising steadily, and the concept of early retirement seems unattainable for most. Though pension systems have been reformed, many of us haven't fully adjusted to these changes. A large portion of people continue working well beyond the traditional retirement age, and for some, retirement may never even come. This issue hits especially hard for Gen X and millennials, who are caught between outdated models of work and a future that feels uncertain. They are surrounded by more choices and opportunities, yet this abundance often feels like a burden, making it harder to secure the stability that was once expected. As a result, the dream of a peaceful retirement grows more elusive, and without adjusting our mindset and financial plans, it's easy to fall into the trap of working longer without ever reaching the goals we set. The pressure to keep working for financial security can leave many feeling like they'll never be able to enjoy the fruits of their labor. The data surrounding retirement is both revealing and unsettling. Many people today, particularly in countries like the UK, find themselves retiring later than expected, with the retirement age steadily increasing. While some may still retire around 65, a significant number of people only manage to retire between 60 and 65, often due to historical gender differences in retirement ages. However, fewer than 10% of people manage to retire before the age of 55, a statistic that feels almost impossible for many in today's economy. This delay in retirement is especially concerning for Gen X and millennials, who are living in an era with an overwhelming amount of choices, but less security. The dream of retiring early seems out of reach, as the pressure to work longer and longer becomes the norm. These generations are left in a difficult position, often struggling to balance the expectations of a traditional work life with the evolving demands of the modern world. As time goes on, the number of people retiring later increases, and the reality sets in that many will spend the bulk of their lives working, with little time to enjoy the freedom they dreamed of. It's a harsh truth that we are living in a world where early retirement feels more like a distant fantasy than an achievable goal for the majority. The younger generations, particularly Gen Z and the cohort following millennials, see the world differently than those before them. While older generations held on to the idea of a stable job for life, today's young people have embraced a more dynamic approach to work. With side hustles, multiple jobs, and entrepreneurial efforts, they've adapted to a rapidly changing landscape where job security isn't guaranteed, but flexibility and opportunity are key. These younger individuals are not content with simply waiting for retirement to enjoy life. Instead, they're looking to create a life that offers both financial stability and personal fulfillment, often working multiple jobs or building businesses alongside their main careers. They're not waiting for the traditional retirement age. They want to live their lives now, with a mindset that's more in tune with the evolving world around them. For older generations, particularly Gen X and millennials, this shift can feel overwhelming. The conventional path that once promised financial security in retirement no longer seems like a viable option. Instead, these generations are left trying to figure out how to adjust to a world that's moving away from the ideals of the past, where retirement was a destination and not just another phase in life. It's clear that the future will look drastically different for them. But whether that's a positive or negative shift is still uncertain. The idea of early retirement has always seemed like a distant dream for many, but the harsh reality is that for a significant number of people, retirement may not even come until much later in life. With retirement ages steadily increasing, the prospect of enjoying life after work feels further out of reach than ever before. However, it's not just about reaching a certain age. It's about ensuring that we are healthy enough to enjoy that time when it eventually arrives. Research on life expectancy and healthy life expectancy paints a sobering picture. While people may live into their 70s, 80s, or even beyond, the years spent in good health are much fewer than expected. In the UK, since the healthy life expectancy for men is just over 63 years, and for women it's slightly higher at 63.9 years. That means that by the time many people retire, they may no longer be in the best health to truly enjoy their golden years. This reality should be a wake-up call for anyone who's relying solely on the idea of a traditional retirement. Without careful planning, many may end up facing years of retirement with declining health and limited ability to enjoy the fruits of their labor. It's essential to recognize that time, both in terms of our health and our ability to work, is running out faster than we realize. If we don't act soon, we may find ourselves reaching retirement age only to realize it's too late to live the life we've always dreamed of. The concept of healthy life expectancy is a striking and unsettling reality that many overlook when planning for their future. It refers to the number of years a person can expect to live without significant health issues or disabilities. In the UK, the healthy life expectancy for men is just over 63 years, and for women, it's slightly higher. This means that by the time many people reach retirement, they may have only a few years left to truly enjoy life in good health before aging or illness takes its toll. This data is incredibly important because it highlights a crucial point. Simply living longer isn't enough. We aren't physically able to enjoy those extra years. If people spend decades working hard, saving money, and looking forward to retirement, only to find that they have few healthy years left to enjoy it, the whole concept of retirement becomes a tragic illusion. It forces us to face the uncomfortable truth that time may not be as abundant as we once thought. For those planning for the future, it's vital to not only consider how much money they'll need to live comfortably in retirement, but also how to ensure they can enjoy those years without being hindered by poor health. It's a harsh reminder that retirement should be about more than just financial security. It should be about maintaining good health to truly enjoy the life we've worked for. If we don't account for this reality, we risk spending our best years working towards a goal we may never fully experience. The concept of working for just one more year is a dangerous trap that many fall into. It starts with a simple thought: one more year to save a little more, to build a bigger cushion for retirement, to feel more secure. But that 1 year often stretches into 2, 3, or even more. Before long, what was supposed to be a brief extension of work becomes an endless cycle of postponing the life you actually want to live. This mindset is fueled by a subconscious belief that we are invincible, that we have all the time in the world. It's easy to convince ourselves that we can just keep going a little longer, that we'll eventually reach the point where we can retire comfortably. But the reality is, this mentality can cost us precious time. Years slip by, and before we know it, we've worked our entire lives without ever truly living the way we imagined. The problem with this mentality is that it doesn't take into account the fact that life is unpredictable. Health issues, family emergencies, or unexpected events can drastically change our plans. We can't guarantee that we'll have the time or health to enjoy the life we've worked so hard to create. The longer we delay, the more we risk never achieving the freedom we've always dreamed of. It's essential to take control of our time and make conscious decisions to live the life we truly want, not just keep working for an uncertain future. The idea of having a clear target in mind for retirement is crucial, yet many people don't take the necessary steps to define what that target looks like. Knowing how much money you need to retire comfortably should be a priority, but it's surprising how many individuals work without ever truly calculating their retirement needs. Without that clear number, people often work aimlessly, pushing forward without knowing when enough is enough. The key to reaching early retirement, or even just a comfortable one, is understanding exactly what you need financially. Once you have that number, you should be laser focused on it, doing whatever it takes to reach it. If your goal is to retire at a certain age or with a specific amount of savings, having that target gives you direction. It gives you something to work toward and keeps you motivated. The danger lies in not setting that target at all and letting life go by without a clear plan for the future. Imagine running a race without knowing the finish line. You wouldn't run aimlessly, but that's what many people do with their retirement. They keep working without ever realizing they've crossed the finish line because they never defined where it was. Setting a goal, working relentlessly to achieve it, and then stopping when it's reached is the best way to ensure that you actually get to enjoy the rewards of your labor. It's time to stop working endlessly without purpose and start building the life you truly want. The number 42 may have been famously declared as the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. But in reality, the meaning of life could be far simpler and much more impactful when it comes to our own futures. It's not some abstract concept or far-off mystery, but rather the choices we make and how we approach our lives, particularly when it comes to retirement and our long-term goals. The most important thing to realize is that time is limited, and how we spend it matters. The pursuit of a number, whether it's financial security or a set age to retire, should not overshadow the bigger picture of living a fulfilled life. It's easy to get caught up in the daily grind, constantly chasing after more money or more security, but we often forget to consider the time we're sacrificing to achieve those things. The meaning of life, then, could simply be about striking a balance, knowing when to stop working, how to enjoy the fruits of your labor, and making sure that when the time comes, you are in good health and able to truly experience life outside of work. If we can shift our focus away from just reaching financial targets and start thinking about the quality of our years, we may be able to enjoy life more fully. The ultimate goal shouldn't be to work forever or to live a life dominated by worry about money. Instead, it should be about understanding what truly matters: our health, relationships, and experiences, and making choices now that will allow us to enjoy the life we've been working so hard to create.